Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hobby Dude 007 channel. It's stash ad time from the ACME Southern Nationals. Also want to give another big shout out and thank you, kudos to the Atlanta car modeling enthusiasts for another absolutely fantastic Southern Nationals. Got some great stuff from the vendors, was gifted a number of things. Can't wait to share it with you. So let's get over to it. Echoing the thoughts of many of the other content creators, a huge thank you for another Southern Nationals hosted by the Atlanta car modeling enthusiasts. Guys, you always just seem to outdo yourself, and we appreciate your passion for the hobby and for the hobbyist. And thanks for putting on just a fantastic show. And if you're not familiar with this show, or you haven't been, mark your calendar for October 25th, 2025, the Clarence Brown Conference Center. And as I understand, Wayne was saying that the host hotel, I don't think the block of rooms is open quite yet, and they may be, so you might want to check. There's your information right there. But just an absolutely fantastic show. Well put on, and the vendors are always something. You're going to see a bunch of the stuff I picked up from the vendors, as well as a bunch of stuff I was gifted this year too. Just absolutely fantastic stuff. And for 2025, the themes are 100 years of Mopar and drag racing. I got something in mind for both of those, and then I've got just the regular model that I want to finish up for this year to take down there too, that I think will be kind of cool. In fact, several models maybe. But again, guys, kudos. Great job as always. All right, well, let's get into the stash that Hobby Dude picked up. First of all, I was met in the parking lot Friday night by my buddy Harvey Keeler. And Harvey last year, if you remember, gave me a bunch of just goodies, some petty stuff. Well, out in the parking lot Friday night, he did the same thing. Now, let's start with this. If you remember back in 1999 and through 2001, you had the Coca-Cola racing family. And this is one of the Kyle Petty bottles. How cool is that? 8-ounce bottles that they had. I think there were 12 drivers in it. And being a Petty fan, he knew, so thank you, my friend. He also gave me a bunch of stuff. Last year, he gave me a big box of 64th scale cars, and check this out. He gave me this year a couple of things, too. Very cool Porsche. Then you've got, there's some interiors and stuff like that. And I'm kind of jazzed about that because I got an idea for that on something I'm going to be doing next year in 25th or 24th scale. But check this out. A box of wheels and axles. Now check this out. Now I've not seen these before. I'm going to have to get with my buddy Ron to see if he can give me some info on that. White lettered, and check out the tread. You know, most of the Hot Wheels, the red line or the Hot Wheels tires are just slick. They don't have any tread or anything like that on them, but these are cool. I like that. And here's another set that are treaded, a little bit smaller, and you see you've got the Goodyear Eagle on those. And in this scale, I definitely have an idea for where those are going to be going. A lot of different sizes. Look, check that out. Just great stuff. And then you've got the classic Hot Wheels red line. This one over here is the gold, and there's some chrome in here too. And you guys know that I've done a couple of 64th scale cars as well. But so Harvey, thank you for these, buddy. And he also gave me, I'm gonna save this to last, but check this out. If you remember the old press guides Well, this is one of the press guides. This one's from 2001, and it's got everything you can think of in it. Each of the teams, pictures of the cars, the teams themselves, stats on both the drivers and racetracks. They also have a section in here that is just like your Saturday night, the weekly Saturday night sponsored NASCAR. I got to figure out where it is. Anyway, there's a few pages on that, but the press guide is a really cool thing. But inside this were a few things that I thought were really cool. I love these old cards, the ad cards for the teams. John Andretti's 2000 Pontiac. There's one featuring the Chex Mix. Kyle Petty's Brawny car. And there's the race schedule for the year, all that kind of information. These things you usually could get up if there was a car on display somewhere, you could pick these up too. And another one of the Helping Hands crew, which is the pit crew, the team, so to speak. And you know, there's some great research pictures here with these too. Something else that was in the book is something that is near and dear to my heart, and that is stickers and decals. And I asked Harley, I said, man, you really want to give those things up? And he's like, yeah, I know you'll enjoy them. And so, dude, I truly will, and I appreciate these. Y'all know I'm a Winston era NASCAR fan. And check that out. Race day decals. That is just absolutely awesome. Got a bumper sticker that is the original Winston Cup Series bumper sticker. And these are kind of rarities. If you remember, I based my Cup Series, Model Car Cup Series, off of the Winston. Let me grab one real quick and I'll show you there. The original NASCAR Winston decals that were on the cars. Well, as you can see, that's the way I did the Model Car Cup Series, the old one, and then I've got that new one too. But that's what I based that off of. But and these are very rare. I haven't even seen these on eBay. And as well as the 25th anniversary from 58 to 83, the Richard sticker, and the Fan Appreciation Tour. Now, how cool is that? The last thing that he had in the gift box was something that really is rare, very rare. I mentioned when I showed you the the bottle, the Coca-Cola Racing family. Well, back then they did, in 1999, this little puzzle type thing, which was also like pins that you put on your hat or your jacket, and it's in the shape of a Coke bottle. And this is again the Coca-Cola Racing family. And collecting all these pieces could be kind of difficult, but this top piece, the cap with the Dale Earnhardt on it, that is the most expensive and most rare piece. Well, there they all are, guys, and I tell you, I've got a cork board that I'm going to be putting up, and I'm going to be putting this together. And there is that coup de grace, the top part with the Dale Earnhardt piece. Can you believe that? And like I said, you could wear these as pins on your vest or your jacket or whatever, or hat, whatever. But all of the drivers, every one of them, I got home, put it together real quick, got to look at it. And yes, I'm going to get these on the cork board. And I'll show you that when I get all that put together and find a room on the wall. But I'll make room on the wall for this thing. But is that not cool? Collect all 12 pins. And in addition to the 12 pins, there were 2 extras. And I don't know if these were from another year or just from other teams. There's the Bill Elliott Evernham Dodge. And that's got the pin on it, as well as the RCR Kevin Harvick. How about that? But that is just awesome. And guys, this community that we have is just absolutely awesome. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys more than you know. These things are just very kind, and from the heart, man. I tell you, I can't say enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had mentioned in one of the other videos, for everything I bought, I think somebody gave me something as well. And I truly appreciate that. Before I get to the model kits, I do want to go and show you some of the stuff I picked up from the vendors that were not kits. And to start with, went by the, if you noticed in the video on the vendors, Model Car Garage was there, and they had hundreds upon hundreds of things, and plenty of them. And for the USAC build, you know, we're all doing the 68 Dodge Hemi. Well, they have the photo etch set, so you can go over to the website. If you weren't there, don't have one yet, you can go over to Model Car Garage, and you can order these very affordable. There's your grill for the 68 Dart. You've got the Hemi fan. You've got the photo negative of the, well, if I can get it still long enough there, of the speedometer and the tach, the console. You've got the GT, the GSS and GTS scripts down here. Just everything you're going to need for that Dart if you want to dress, really dress it up. There's all kinds of stuff in there. There's your steering wheel, the window cranks, rear view mirror, that everything is in there you can think of. The center cap for the wheels, the Mopar, all that stuff is there. Absolutely awesome set. If you've dealt with Model Car Garage before, you know the quality of the stuff, and it's off the chain. Also stopped by and saw Matthew for a few minutes. In fact, you saw the interview I did with him in the stash thing. Well, this is one of the things, the new things I picked up. Some of the other stuff is going to be a surprise. I'll show you down the road. But this is a brand new set of wheels. He had a number of them, but this one really caught my eye. The rocket igniter on the vintage Firestone Pie Crust Cheater Slicks. And guys, these are cool. I hadn't seen a good set of cheater slicks in a long time, but now not only have I seen them, I've got them, and I'm thinking these are going to go. Check that tread out. You got the cheater slick, but well, if I don't, there we go. Pattern, the old pie crust Firestones, front runners, and the wheels. I mean, check those out. Just absolutely awesome. And there were a lot of guys that were doing some 3D printing stuff. One of the other things I picked up from Slicks Decals, you know, they carry competition resins, and I got about 2 each of these. I'm just going to show you one, the cowl induction hoods. And these are great for drag cars, street rods, pro street, those Saturday night Warriors that we talked about. And I got these in 3 different sizes. You see the height of that one, and then here's one a little higher yet. Then there's one a little bit smaller, and I got this one for a drag project. But is that not cool? But Slicks Decals carries the competition resin, and it is just absolutely awesome stuff. In fact, they got packed up. The bodies, they carry the resin bodies as well, and the quality on those things is awesome. They had already started packing up when I ran back around there, so I grabbed these real quick, but they'd already packed the bodies up, but it wasn't a big deal. Gonna have that ordered online real quick, so no problem. And our buddy Wes was there with Wes's Model Car Corner, and he had some of the new American wheels, the 15-inch American SS wheels with the Firestone wide ovals. And these things really are sharp, guys. There's your license plates and tire markings as usual. And these are those good, cushy rubber tires. And check those out. Is that not just beautiful? So Great set of Americans. And the other thing he had were the new, come on, check that out. And I'm going to kill the pronunciation with this, I'm sure, but the English, or however I just butchered it. Anyway, the 15-inch, but Firestone wide ovals again. These things are really sharp too. I was kind of hoping these were going to be the brushed aluminum, which is not a big deal because I can do that with the all-clad. But the crispness of these things, and again, it's the same tires as the others, so really, really good. But absolutely awesome stuff. And my buddy Norm with Replicas and Miniatures Company of Maryland was there, and Norm, as usual, had some great stuff. If you remember, on BG's Taco Supremo truck, had a set of the artillery wheels, and as you see here, we got another great set of artilleries. And up here you've got the little fret that has the valve stems on them. You notice they're pre-drilled. There's your Studebaker dog dish hubcaps, the white walls, and the tires. These things are absolutely awesome. The other thing I picked up from Norm, I was running a little low on, I think I've got about 2 sets of these left, but these are the Hemi valve cover drilled. They're pre-drilled. This is what's on the valve covers for several of my Hemis, most notably the engine for my Daytona. And you see it's got the boots down on the bottom that go into the head, and then the part that sticks up that you insert the plug wire into. These are some of my favorites right here because they have the boot already on them. Not just the boot, but the little round disc that the boot sticks down into. But and you can order those from Norm at Replicas and Miniatures Company of Maryland. Absolutely great stuff. And in the accessory stuff, also Saturday night, my buddy Steve Ward with Scale Model Society gave me these wheels. Now, I could not believe it because, you know, we were talking about the theme being drag racing for next year. And as you see here, this Roy Hill car, that may be the way I'm going. And when I saw these, I thought, oh, you got to be kidding. That's perfect. So if we do the Duster, that'll be the way we go. And I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, but I'm not quite sure yet. But anyway, so Steve, thank you to all the vendors. Thank you. I want to share a few other things with the vendors, but they're in the model cars. So let me move some of this stuff out of the way, and we'll get into the cars. Guys, there were some awesome deals there. First thing up, one of the first tables I came up to, there were a lot of kits that were marked at, and this one, $5. And it's one of the Don Garlett's Windjammers. And if you don't have this kit or not familiar with this kit, it's an AMT Earle, and this is the one with the, you got the display stand and the clear body. So you've got the Windjammer, a good Garlett's car with the I just love this clear body. And you know, I think I had one of these at one time, way back when it first came out, but I don't remember it having a clear body at that time. It may have. I just don't remember it. But one of those simple dragster kits from way back. And you know, I was thinking, instead of painting this, doing it in a tint, like a smoked tint color, where you can still see the inside of it. I may try that. I may do that with an Earnhardt car. There's your decals in great shape. Fan belt, basically a rubber band. Drag slicks. I'd probably switch out those for some of the newer ones. Clear oil pan. And as you can see, about everything else to do with this thing is chrome. But how cool is that? And then there's your chassis and everything underneath there. But hey, $5? Are you kidding? Man, you can't beat that. And another great deal aside this was, sorry, I'm knocking the camera around. The old, and I think this one was marked at 8, Southern Stalker Grand Prix. Now, I know a lot of guys don't like these, and I really didn't like them at one time, but when you think back to when these were relatively new, those old Saturday night cars, a lot of people think, well, that's just like the Petty 200. No, it's not. This is, let me get it out of the way. It's got the old MPC stock car chassis, but if you'll notice, looking down on it, how blistered out the fenders are, front and rear. And as you can see, that's not something NASCAR would allow. But for just a bomber type car or a Saturday night racer somewhere, yeah, you can see down through there. In a way, I think they're kind of cool, but they're not exactly that pretty. But the body lines, actually, for a Grand Prix, look pretty good. But hey, for $8, are you kidding? And again, it's got the old MPC stock car chassis. If you built many of those back in the day, you're familiar with that. But right up front, got some great deals. And I've always liked this, and I saw several other guys in their stash ads. They picked them up too. The Myers-Manx. How do you not love a dune buggy of any kind? I've got something in mind for this one. I've got one that I picked up a while back, but I'm parting some of it out. But this one, I think I'm going to do a dune buggy. And like I said, I've got something specifically in mind. Now, this next thing that I found, as soon as I saw it, I went, oh, gotta have it. Some of you guys probably saw my buddy Clay Kemp, who I got a good chance to pick on while we were there. And by the way, if you didn't notice, he was wearing a Hobby Dude 007 t-shirt at the show. So that was fun too. And Clay, love you, bud. Appreciate it. But one of the recent shows he went to, he was a not unusual best of show, and the award was a Goodyear blimp. And if you remember, way back in it was Revel, definitely. I think it was in 19. Let me see if I can find it on the box here real quick before I show it to you. 1975 by Revel. They did a model of the Goodyear blimp, and it had the lighting in it where you could make it say whatever you want to. If you remember how the Goodyear blimp would fly over stadiums and there would be something scrolling across here like that. Well, one of Clay's awards, Best of Show awards recently, and you see it here, was based on this kit. And of course, I think they replaced them with LED lights, which is what I'll be doing. But as soon as I saw that Best of Show thing 2024, number one, is just so unique and just downright cool. Well, I thought, on the workbench, it would be cool to have a Goodyear blimp that had Hippie Dude Hot Sauce or Hobby Dude 007 in lights on the workbench. I think it'd dress up the workbench, make it look pretty cool. I know BG has one of the arc reactors from Iron Man on his. I thought, well, hey, that might be pretty cool to put at the workbench. So as soon as I saw this, I went, oh man, gotta do it. So I scarfed this up, and so down the road, I'll probably be doing this, and it'll have Hobby Dude or whatever in there, but it'll be fun no matter what, and that's what it's all about. So had to have it. And Clay, thanks for the inspiration. Well, your award, thanks for the inspiration, because that is just really outstanding. Now, some of the things that I was gifted, which were really, really cool. Recently, I did a shop card shout out to, excuse me, my chair's stuck here for a minute, guys, for Ted over at Ted's Cars and Guitars. And Ted, it was always great to meet these guys in person and be able to put a face with the names of the commenters or whoever. But Ted came up and said, hey, I saw this and you had to have it after seeing your phone booth. I have a Tijuana taxi. You know, this is one that I remember building as a kid, but it has been so long. And again, I have no clue where that one went to, just kind of like the phone booth. But another Tom Daniels classic, the Tijuana taxi. And Ted, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you more than you know. And this will probably, well, definitely be another one that gets built down the road. I got so many things on my bill list now, guys, but this is one that's a memory that I can't let get away either. Next up was let me get it under here. Bill Boone gave me this Goodwrench Monte Carlo, and let me tell you, this is one of my favorite body styles too. I think of all the Goodwrench cars, the very first one, the Monte Carlo, and then the Lumina probably was my favorite. But then the early ones, right when they went to the very first slab side, this is a cool car, a very cool car. And so this one will probably get stuck somewhere on the list to build too. And let's see, I got stuff I got to move out of the way to get to, guys. And this is one of those that I still haven't found, that 3x5 card that had the names of the folks that gave it to me. I still can't find it. But anyway, check it out. Another green Hornet. If you guys, you probably remember the very first model car I ever built as a kid in 1963 with my dad was this car. The monogram 1/24th green Hornet. And I keep threatening to build another one, and I have an idea for this. On the way home, I was thinking about this kit in the back, and I told Amanda, I said, you know what I'm tempted to do? I'm going to go to the hobby shop. I'm going to buy a bottle of Testors. I think it was flat black, a bottle of Testors silver, and a bottle of white, an old school paintbrush, and a tube of glue. And I want to build this. Those were the three colors that Dad, as I remember, and I'm pretty sure that was right, that I used on this, and he let me paint. And I want to build this only with what I had in 1963. So the tube glue, the Testors bottles, and the paintbrush. And let's just see how it turns out. It'll probably be better than the one I built back then, but at the same time, I think it would be fun to build one this way, just straight out of the box, which is going to be difficult for me. But I often thought about doing one like this, like I did then, as well as with the technologies and the stuff we have today. So that's probably, and that one may get moved up to pretty quick. But as you can see, you got the two-piece plastic tires that you glue together and all that stuff. And I remember that stuff. Everything molded in color, so I'll probably just do it just like I did back then. But I think that would be fun to do. And this is one that I don't have the name. And again, once I find out who everybody is, this is the only one I don't have the name for. And guys, again, I apologize that I don't know where that thing is. I've looked in the model boxes. I've looked everywhere that I would think, and it wasn't back in my back pocket where I usually put that. And I think I know I put one guy in the phone, and I probably need to start doing that with all of them and maybe get a picture of us together or something. But anyway, my apologies there. And if you are the one that gifted me this, please put it in the comments, because I would love to give you a shout out, because this means a world to me. So thank you so much. I'm like Matthew with those 48 Fords. And lastly, this one is really unusual. Phil Henry came up to me and said, hey, got something for you. He hands me a snap kit of a Buick Regal from MPC. I've never even seen this kit. And you know, after finishing the Goodwrench Lumina in 30-second scale, I thought, well, I'd take a break from 30 seconds. And I have not found a date on this yet either, guys, but you notice there's not even a barcode on it. So this goes back, well, the Golden Wheels era was back in the 80s. So I think the late 70s up to 81, I think. But this is an 81 Buick Regal stock car. But I've never seen this kit. And check it out. Very, very cool. Somebody's got it snapped together. There's no decals or anything on it. And all the parts are here. There's the headlight covers and the grill in there. But an 81 Buick. And automatically, he and I were discussing Petty's 81 Daytona winner. The A-pillar there is got a little crack break in it, but that's an easy fix. Easy fix. In fact, I'll show you that. Hey, and look, the windows absolutely fit like a dream. But I think this is just awesome. How about that? Another 32nd scale, a petty car this time, and that's the only way I would build is a petty car. But is that not awesome? Phil, brother, thank you, man. Love you bunches. This is awesome. I was really excited about that, big time. Well, I was excited about all of them, but this, wow, because I had no clue that this kit even existed. But how cool is that? Okay, guys. That's it for the stash from Atlanta, but I think it's all awesome. Again, you guys that are in the USAC build, if you're going to be dressing them up really, really big, head over to Model Car Garage and scoop you up one of those photo etch sets for the 68. It's got your grill, got it all in there. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. If you missed out, head over to HobbyNut Models. Check out the models and the tools section as usual. Mark's got a great inventory and some great stuff over there, so check him out. That's it, guys. God bless, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.